love the Ravens as much as we do, then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. The sports world is buzzing with an announcement that seems to have caught everyone off guard. And if you've been following the NFL closely, you already know why this is massive. ESPN has reportedly confirmed that Matthew Judon, one of the most dominant pass rushers in recent years, is set to join the Baltimore Ravens. Now, before we jump into conclusions, let's consider what this could mean for the Ravens' defensive scheme. Judon has always been known for his relentless pursuit of quarterbacks, his ability to disrupt defenses, and his knack for making big plays at critical moments. Baltimore has traditionally relied on a disciplined, hard-hitting defense, but adding someone of Judon's caliber could completely transform their pass rush dynamics. Imagine a defense that not only contains the run but also has an edge rusher who can consistently pressure elite quarterbacks. It's the kind of upgrade that sends shivers down opponents' spines. Of course, there's still the question of salary cap implications and how the Ravens might adjust other positions to fit him into the mix. But even at a glance, this move sends a clear message. Baltimore is not here to rebuild quietly. They are here to make a statement. And Matthew Judon might be the spark that ignites a much larger strategy we have yet to fully understand. Judon's arrival in Baltimore raises immediate questions about the team's defensive alignment and play-calling philosophy. Will he be positioned primarily as an edge rusher in a traditional four-man front? Or will defensive coordinator Wink Martindale deploy him in more exotic schemes, moving him around to create mismatches and confuse offensive lines? Judon's versatility has been one of his calling cards throughout his career. He has the rare ability to play both standing up and with his hand in the dirt, which gives coaches incredible flexibility. Imagine an offense having to account for him on every snap. Even the mere threat of Judon collapsing the pocket could alter play calling and force mistakes. Analysts have already started speculating that his presence could elevate younger players around him, creating a domino effect that strengthens the entire defensive unit. Moreover, Judon has shown a capacity to perform in high-pressure moments, which is exactly the kind of mindset a Ravens team aspiring for playoff success would crave, if reports are accurate. Baltimore is making a calculated gamble, betting not just on talent, but on a proven competitor who thrives when the stakes are highest. Off the field, the speculation intensifies when you consider Judon's locker room presence and leadership qualities. Veterans who excel on the field often have a subtle yet profound impact on team culture, and Judon is no exception. Known for his work ethic and professional approach, he could become a mentor to younger defenders who are still learning the intricacies of Martindale's system. The Ravens have a reputation for cultivating a strong team identity, emphasizing toughness, discipline, and unity, and Judon's integration could reinforce those principles while adding a fresh perspective. There's also the intangible factor of confidence. When teammates see someone of Judon's caliber joining the roster, it signals commitment and ambition from the organization. Rumors are swirling that his presence may influence off-season decisions, potentially attracting free agents or convincing current players to stay, knowing the front office is serious about contending. This is the kind of ripple effect that can transform a locker room culture, turning a good team into a feared unit. And it's exactly what makes this announcement so intriguing and speculative at the same time. Strategically, adding Judon could force rival offenses to rethink their game plans entirely. Quarterbacks who face relentless pressure are more prone to mistakes, and Baltimore could leverage that in close games where turnovers are pivotal. Judon's ability to read plays, set the edge, and anticipate passes could result in more sacks, hurried throws, and potentially game-changing interceptions. Analysts are already projecting scenarios in which his impact could be felt across multiple games, with opposing teams needing to dedicate extra blockers or adjust protection specifically for him. It's not just about the statistics he will rack up, it's about the subtle psychological advantage that comes with having a player of his reputation and skill. Defensive coordinators dream of matchups like this, where one elite player can force the entire offensive strategy to bend to their presence. Speculators are also pointing out that pairing Judon with existing Ravens defenders could create a formidable tandem capable of pressuring quarterbacks on nearly every down, potentially elevating Baltimore into one of the league's most feared defenses. Of course, skeptics are already weighing in, questioning whether Judon's style of play will mesh seamlessly with the Ravens' existing personnel. Injuries, contract negotiations, and scheme adjustments are all potential hurdles that could temper the initial excitement. However, if we look at his career trajectory, Judon has consistently adapted to new systems and elevated the play of those around him. The Ravens defensive line coach, along with Martindale, is reportedly ecstatic about the move, hinting at creative ways to maximize Judon's impact without disrupting established chemistry. Rumors suggest that preseason practices will be intense, with Judon expected to immediately contribute while also mentoring the next generation of edge defenders. The speculation alone is enough to fuel debates across sports media, with fans eagerly dissecting film, predicting sack totals, and imagining how the Ravens might approach divisional matchups. This is exactly the kind of narrative that keeps NFL rumors alive and captivating, and Matthew Judon is right at the center of it. Finally, the timing of this acquisition cannot be overlooked, as it comes at a moment when the Ravens appear to be positioning themselves for a deep playoff run. The move suggests calculated ambition rather than a reactionary gamble, reinforcing the notion that Baltimore is thinking long-term while aiming to capitalize on their current roster's potential. Judon's presence could also impact the team's draft strategy, as having a proven edge rusher might allow them to focus on other positions of need, balancing immediate performance with future growth. Fans and analysts alike are already debating the cascading effects this could have on the AFC North, with speculation ranging from altered game plans to shifts in player psychology. While nothing is officially confirmed beyond the ESPN report, the rumor itself has set the sports world on fire, creating endless discussion points and hypothetical scenarios. For now, all eyes are on Baltimore, as the team quietly prepares to integrate Matthew Judon into a defense that could very well change the complexion of the league, if all the pieces align as fans and analysts are imagining. As the speculation surrounding Matthew Judon's potential arrival continues, fans and analysts alike are already imagining the ripple effects across the Ravens roster and the entire AFC North. One of the most fascinating angles is how opposing teams might respond to a Baltimore defense suddenly infused with elite pass-rushing talent. Quarterbacks in the division, long accustomed to careful pocket management, could find themselves under constant pressure, forced to make quicker decisions that increase the likelihood of errors. Rumors are swirling that Judon's integration could redefine how the Ravens approach defensive matchups, with Martindale potentially experimenting with hybrid alignments and creative blitz packages. The mere presence of a player capable of consistently disrupting offensive rhythm might compel rival coordinators to rethink their game plans entirely. Moreover, speculative chatter suggests that Judon's skill set could elevate the performance of his teammates, creating a collective boost in confidence and execution. Imagine a scenario where the secondary benefits from extra sacks and hurried throws, effectively turning Baltimore into a unit where every defender seems more dangerous, simply because Judon is commanding attention up front. It's the kind of domino effect that sparks endless debates among pundits and fans alike, fueling social media conversations and league-wide speculation that could dominate headlines for months. Offensive coordinators are reportedly already analyzing how to counteract a Ravens defense featuring Matthew Judon, with speculation pointing to increased use of max protection schemes and quicker release passes. Yet, insiders whisper that even these adjustments may not fully neutralize his impact, highlighting the unique threat he poses as a disruptor of timing and rhythm. Rumors suggest that the Ravens are considering creative rotations along the defensive line, pairing Judon with complementary players in ways designed to exploit weaknesses in opponent defensive lines. Observers are theorizing that this strategic flexibility could allow Baltimore to attack offenses with unpredictable angles, forcing quarterbacks into uncomfortable decisions and increasing the likelihood of turnovers. Fans are already debating which teams might suffer the most from this move, projecting that high-powered offenses could struggle against the sudden infusion of elite pass-rushing talent. Beyond the tactical implications, the speculation also extends to morale and mindset. Having a player like Judon signals ambition and competitiveness, potentially motivating the entire roster to elevate their own play. The combination of skill, reputation, and psychological impact makes this rumored acquisition one of the most intriguing developments in recent NFL discussions. Another layer of speculation revolves around Judon's potential influence in the locker room and overall team culture. Known for his professionalism, work ethic, and leadership, Judon is rumored to be exactly the type of veteran presence that could guide younger Ravens defenders helping them refine techniques and better understand complex defensive schemes. Insiders suggest that his arrival may foster a mentorship dynamic, where emerging talents gain confidence and learn to anticipate plays with a veteran's insight. Speculative discussions among analysts highlight the possibility that this cultural shift could have long-term benefits beyond immediate performance, establishing standards and expectations that elevate the organization as a whole. Additionally, rumors hint at the potential for Judon's leadership to encourage retention of other key players, who may see this move as a signal that the Ravens are serious about contending. This kind of ripple effect can reshape team dynamics in subtle yet profound ways, transforming morale, focus, and accountability. While we cannot confirm these outcomes, the speculation alone underscores how a single acquisition can reverberate far beyond on-field statistics, reshaping perceptions of competitiveness, ambition, and potential across an entire franchise. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Beyond internal dynamics, the potential strategic consequences of adding Judon extend to matchups within the league, and how opponents prepare for Baltimore. Rumors are circulating that opposing teams might need to redesign protection schemes, assign extra blockers, or even alter core offensive philosophies to account for his presence. Analysts have speculated that this could result in fewer explosive plays allowed, more hurried quarterback decisions, and an increased number of critical mistakes in pivotal moments. Imagine games where offensive coordinators are forced to choose between neutralizing Judon or leaving other defenders unaccounted for, creating an ongoing chess match that could dominate post-game analysis. Additionally, speculation suggests that his presence could impact draft strategies and roster moves across the league, as teams attempt to counteract the threat he represents. The idea that a single player can have cascading effects on rival teams' approaches is fueling discussions among fans and pundits, creating endless hypotheticals and what-if scenarios. This is the kind of narrative that keeps the rumor alive and fascinating, as every week of speculation adds layers to an already complex and dynamic story. Financial and contractual implications are also a hot topic among those speculating about Judon's addition. While specific figures are yet to be confirmed, industry insiders hint that this move may require careful balancing of the salary cap, possibly affecting future acquisitions or extensions for existing players. Rumors suggest that Baltimore's front office is calculating not just the immediate impact, but also long-term roster flexibility, ensuring that the team remains competitive while integrating a high-profile talent. Speculation is rife that such considerations could influence other potential moves in free agency or the draft, as the Ravens attempt to construct a roster capable of leveraging Judon's abilities while maintaining depth across positions. Beyond numbers, analysts and fans are also debating how the team's identity may evolve with his arrival, envisioning a defense that not only hits hard but also exerts relentless pressure, forcing opponents into mistakes. This combination of strategic, financial, and psychological elements is what makes the rumor so compelling, highlighting how a single acquisition can dominate conversations far beyond the field itself. Finally, the broader implications of Judon joining Baltimore fuel endless speculation about playoff prospects and league-wide competitiveness. Rumors are suggesting that this addition could shift the balance of power in the AFC, making the Ravens a more formidable opponent for traditionally dominant teams. Analysts have already begun hypothesizing about potential playoff matchups, projecting how Judon's presence could alter game plans, disrupt defensive efficiency, and elevate the Ravens' overall threat level. Fans are imagining scenarios in which his ability to pressure quarterbacks consistently creates momentum-shifting plays, turning tight contests into opportunities for decisive victories. Beyond immediate performance, speculation includes the intangible benefits of morale, leadership, and confidence that a player like Judon could bring. Even the act of acquiring such a high-profile defender sends a signal to the entire league. Baltimore is serious, ambitious, and willing to make bold moves to compete at the highest level. While no outcomes are guaranteed, the rumors themselves create a captivating narrative, filled with hypothetical scenarios, strategic analysis, and endless discussion points that ensure Matthew Judon's rumored arrival will remain a hot topic for weeks to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.